Welcome, one and all, to beautiful Charlotte, North Carolina, the Sportsplex at Matthews, the home of Crown Legacy FC, our joint table toppers in the Eastern Conference for this MLS Next Pro match against New York City FC 2. My name is Parker Johnson, so happy that you've joined us here on this beautiful Saturday evening. A high of 90 in the Charlotte area today, about 85 here at kickoff. Humid, windy, but the storms appear to have avoided us for now, which is great news as we descend here for kickoff. Of course, the eyes of the world watching World Cup 2026 as the knockout rounds conclude across America. But what that means for MLS is that the return is near. And therefore, some first-teamers available for our two MLS Next Pro teams as they get into this match. So here's our starting lineups. We start with Crown Legacy FC by Koulibaly, one of those first-teamers as we reference. And Jack Neely comes back from his red card suspension. He starts at center back alongside the 17-year-old Wyatt Holt. Of course, Nifasha Berchimas, one of the dynamic attackers to keep an eye on. He's got 8 goals this season. And Nathan Richmond, the leader in assists in MLS Next Pro, coming in with 8 on the season. He starts in that front 4 alongside Berchimas, Smalls, and Mendoza. Now let's take a look at the New York City FC 2 starting lineup. And they are the team even more benefited by the return of these first-teamers in MLS as they come out of that blackout break, the guys on first-team contracts. So that means Mac Learned is back in goal, the regular starter from the beginning of the season. Kevin Pierre gets a nod in midfield, a 2026 second-round draft pick out of Georgia Southern. And Seymour Reed up top, a familiar name to those in the MLS Next Pro ranks. He had 13 goals last season for the second team, has made 10 appearances in MLS this year, and he has a goal and an assist in just 3 appearances in MLS Next Pro. The last time that he faced off against Crown Legacy, he scored twice. That was early last season. The last time that these two teams met, a wild 2-2 draw in which both of Reed's goals came after the 86th minute, and it forced a penalty shootout. So for New York City FC, definitely happy to see him back in the starting lineup as they search for goals, because if you look at the season-wide scope, Crown Legacy has put in 17 more goals than New York City has. Crown Legacy, top scoring team in Next Pro with 41 this season. New York City with 24 on the campaign. Crown Legacy could match that 24 goals with just 3 players, Rodolfo Loco, Nifasha Berchimas, and Hugo Mbong, but 2 of those forwards not in the lineup, and that's been a little bit of the story for Crown Legacy in recent times. They've hit a little bit of a skid as injuries have piled up. Loco moved on to the first team, and playing without players like Hugo Mbong, the steady center back Andrew Johnson, and their starting outside backs for most of the season, Will Cleary and Ashton Camden. There's a lot of guys out with injury right now, not to mention Emmanuel Uchegbu, who is not in the 18 today. But that has, of course, as always in Next Pro, meant opportunities for academy players. So a lot of young guys stepping up. Last time out against Orlando, a 1-1 shootout win for Crown Legacy, and that was made possible by their joint youngest starting lineup in league play this season. They started a 17-year-old in Holt alongside a 16-year-old Emil Hodzic and another 16-year-old Gavin Smith at the back. So there is that mix of youth and talented experience in this Crown Legacy team. A deep squad from top to bottom, and that is one of the main reasons that they are sitting atop the Eastern Conference. New York City in the dark jerseys get us underway here from Sportsplex at Matthews. My name is Parker Johnson, so happy that you've joined us for MLS Next Pro Eastern Conference matchup between two teams currently in the playoff positions. Crown Legacy tied for first And New York City up into the 8th spot. They went unbeaten in June. They've got 5 wins in their last 7 matches, really starting to hit form in the middle of the season. It is Learned who goes long, the 6'4" goalkeeper on first-team contract. It's been Brennan Klein over recent matches. Now Learned back in there as Adrian Mendoza flicks it inside to Berchimas. Those two dovetailing up top as the ball sent out wide right. Richmond stepping over, navigating past his defender. End line run. Cut out for a goal kick, or a corner kick rather. Doing the defensive work, Kieran Smith, who returns today from missing a couple games out with injury. He last played June 14th against Philadelphia. And a tough test in his re-entry to Next Pro, going up against one of the most slippery wingers out there in Nathan Richmond, who sets up to take this corner for Crown Legacy. It's Magic Smalls pestering the goalkeeper. Another 6 white jerseys inside the area. It's taken short, sent in low, flicked at the near post, and that was last off of the home side. But immediately you can see the patterns that Crown Legacy wants to create. It all started with Mendoza playing in Berchimas through the middle. And when they get it out into those wide channels, they have so many players who can beat you one-on-one, get entries into the box. That time it just resulted in a corner and weren't able to get anything from it, but so many avenues to threaten. And on that switch of play, they looked devastating early on. It's a match that would seem a bit of a mismatch on paper heading into it, but the fact is, New York City's definitely been the form team. These two teams have not faced off yet this season as non-division opponents here in the East. Majority of the schedule played against teams within the division to keep the travel reasonable for these teams. They've only played once each of the last 2 years. This their lone meeting of 2026. And New York City bolstered by a number of first-teamers in the starting lineup. Berchimas dispossessed by Suhetsky, who is the captain for the day, dropping in at center back. Former collegiate star at Maryland and Northwestern. And now, New York City's first chance to run at the back line. El Hadji Sam into the box. Neely doing well defensively, not falling for his bag of tricks. Mendoza gobbling up the space through midfield. Was looking for that run for Berchimas, but he's closed down as New York City had a numbers advantage, and Mendoza has stayed down, slowly getting back to his feet. Here's Campos. New York City profiling as a very technical team, one that likes to keep the ball in possession. You can see these tidy, short passes. And now the switch. Pierre playing it out wide. Run up the left. Smith joining the attack. Good sequence from New York. And they're able to regain on the quick pressure from Sam. Suhetsky. Cooper Flax dropping into midfield. offering himself as an option. He's a man in fine form recently, top scorer for New York City. But the big danger man in this match is Seymour Reed up top, wearing the number 99 jersey. So I'm chasing down the goalkeeper, yet to get his first touch in this match. But the build-up has looked good from the roadside. Now Crown Legacy trying to steal back possession. Speaking with, now it's given away here, edge of the box, and fired home by Reed. One mistake, and it is punished in devastating fashion. Reed strikes again against Crown Legacy FC. And the visitors have a 1-0 lead on the Eastern Conference leaders.
New York City goal.
Just a mistake out of the back here. Wyatt Holt thought he had the angle to play in Longo. Reed did not hesitate. Lazar Kalichinin, the Crown Legacy goalkeeper, at full stretch. Still pretty far away from getting a hand. That is a pinpoint finish from the Jamaican striker. That's his second goal of the season in this, just his fourth appearance in MLS Next Pro after scoring 13 in 15 appearances last season. He is a player simply meant to play at a higher level, and when he does show up here, he doesn't take long to show that quality. A learning moment for Wyatt Holt, still just 17 years old, the center back who gave it away on that goal. He was imperious in the last match against Orlando, registering 6 defensive contributions, winning all 3 of his duels, leading the match with 102 touches of the ball, and accurately finding 91 of his 95 pass attempts. But it is an early error from Holtz. And now New York City playing with some confidence. That was just the 6th goal that Crown Legacy has given up at home this season. This their 9th home match. They have not been beaten at home, with a record of 6 wins, 2 draws. And they have won 1 of those 2 penalty shootouts. Reed on the chase again. Dangerous to let it bounce from Crown Legacy. Eventually, Gavin Smith taking the safe route and launching it behind for a corner. Muzu appears interested in the short option. He's got Flax there. Takes the edge of the box instead. They work it short. Will fall for Campos. Holt sticking the foot in for the block. And Berchimas seeking to run away from New York City's pressure. Good tackle there from Micah Thomas to get the ball back for Crown Legacy. Now Berchimas. Nathan Richmond. Driving it, Kieran Smith. Top of the box. Smalls. Longo thought about a shot from distance. Repelled by Kevin Pierre. Too much on the long ball. As Daniel Longo gets a bark from Kevin Sawchak. You heard him say there, patience. That was one of the things that the Crown Legacy head coach praised about their performance on the road against Orlando. Said it was one of their best performances of the season in terms of how they were patient in possession. And that was very important against an Orlando team that was very similar to this New York City 2 squad. One that has a lot of technical players. They prefer to keep the ball. And Sawchak explained to me that when you play a team like that, it's important to keep possession yourself. If you can wrestle that dominance away from them, it makes them frustrated. It doesn't allow them to play their game. That's an awkward header from Kalichini, and once again, Crown Legacy sloppy at the back, forced to just send it out of play and try to be safe with it. Better out for a throw. Kalichini was out on a walk. Knocked over the top. Flax looking for Seymour Reed. Keeper staying home. And sent wide of the post. Kalichini, and you could feel the hesitation from him, preferring to stay on his line after that last awkward moment. And as the ball came over the top, it was Reed with time to get his head down and strike it towards goal. Now they have a whistle. And there has been a straight red card issued, it looks like, to Crown Legacy. That is by Koulibaly, who is trotting over to the sideline.
A red card has been issued to Crown Legacy in the 13th minute, number 20 by Koulibaly.
Here's another look at what happened. They're playing out of the back again, right at the edge of the penalty box. Koulibaly was the last defender, so that is ruled to be denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Now, the next question is, was that foul inside the penalty area or not? Cooper Flax is readying to take a penalty kick. So the judgment from Nick Karnofsky is that that foul continued into the penalty area. It is a red card for denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, and it sets up a penalty for Flax, who has scored 3 in the past 8 matches from the spot. Flax doubles the lead. A calamitous start for Crown Legacy as New York City takes a 2-goal advantage here in Matthews. Cooper Flax, the executioner from the spot. A silly mistake from Bai Koulibaly, who gives away the penalty and gets sent off in the process. It is a 15-minute meltdown from the home team. New York City, all smiles, happy to take advantage. Flax, that is his 7th goal of the season, his 4th on penalty kicks. And that extends his absolute heater. Make that all 7 goals plus an assist over the last 9 matches for Flax. A huge reason that New York City has climbed into the playoff positions in the East. This will only up the intensity from the away side. Now they have an extra man press a little harder with more margin for error, and for Crown Legacy just trying to steady the ship at the moment. Campos. The extra man advantage showing here for New York as Suhetsky knocks the diagonal. Campos towards the middle. Muzu trying to get on the end of it. It's headed back by Holt. Sam. Cross is deflected. Gathered by Richmond, who hesitates, draws in the challenge, and wins his side a throw. Whatever goal you're saving for, we are all better off with an Ally. Ally, the official bank of Charlotte FC. Ally Bank, member FDIC. Micah Thomas. Open grass ahead of him. Steams a ball into the box. Berchimas wasn't quite ready for it to fall to him. It's a rather unintentional touch towards the goalkeeper in the end, as Learned can put it back down at his feet. But that is a sign of positivity for Crown Legacy, still able to at least get a box entry, now down a man for 75 minutes in this match. By Koulibaly, such a talented player. Member of the first team now, although he's played most of his football with Crown Legacy this season. That was his 12th start of the year. Out comes Kalichanin right at the edge of his penalty area. Seymour Reed clamoring for a handball. Right where the shadows meet the sunlight. Sort of hard for us to tell whether he was out of his box or not. The forward was convinced, but Nick Karnofsky right on top of it. For Koulibaly, this was his first time back in the lineup since June 13th against Carolina Core FC. And the reason that's particularly notable is that the last time he played, he also received a yellow card, or a red card rather. He was sent off against Carolina Core, one of Crown Legacy's 2 losses on the season. That one came in the 76th minute, this one coming in the 15th. And we are hearing that Crown Legacy are preparing to make a substitution to try to help adjust the formation after Koulibaly's departure. Now there's also a man down and a yellow card coming out to Kieran Smith, the New York City left back, for that tackle. Looks like Nathan Richmond on the grounds for Crown Legacy.
Crown Legacy substitution in the 20th
And we'll
minute.
get our substitution. So 20 minutes in,
Magic Smalls.
it is
Entering
Eric
the match,
Pena
number
who comes in
56,
to
Eric
replace
Pena.
Magic Smalls. So the starting left winger for Crown Legacy is off, and they bring on a central midfielder, Eric Pena, who can play a role more similar to where Koulibaly started the match. So they've got Pena and Longo patrolling midfields. And that leaves the front three of Richmond, Mendoza, and Berchimas. Here's Mendoza picking it up from the left. Given away by Thomas. Muzu driving end line. Holt able to keep his arms behind his back. It rattles off him for a corner. They took the last one short, and they'll do it again. Molinari. Header came in from the back post area. Pretty central on Kalichanin's goal. Crown Legacy struggling to complete a single pass in midfield. So it's given away by Pena. NYCFC taking over at the halfway line with Molinari. Sam letting it run after it took a slight touch off of Gavin Smith. Throw in back to him in the shade. Far side, launch towards the 6-yard box, collected by Kalichanin. New York City lurking in the pressure. Goes to the feet of Mendoza. Trying to spin to the outside. Not a lot of options in support. Hoofed up the line by Thomas. Berchimas in the back of the head there, so New York City able to reset. Smith able to draw the contacts, and a free kick coming out for Crown Legacy. At Atrium Health, we don't just treat part of you, we treat all of you, so you can enjoy those winning moments that matter. Atrium Health, the official healthcare partner of Charlotte FC. An early mistake from Crown Legacy turned into a 1-0 deficit. Then that was compounded by a 14th minute red card from Bai Koulibaly as he got sent off and conceded a penalty, which New York City was able to score to make it 2-0. Reed and Flax, the goal scorers in the opening 15 minutes. And the away side in full control here. We appreciate everybody joining us on MLSNextPro.com. One Football, your home for MLS Next Pro this season. New York City trying to continue its great run of form and make it 6 wins in 8 matches. And although they've put together a bit of an all-star lineup for this match, including the first teamers like Reed and Kevin Pierre, not to mention homegrown talent Peter Molinari. It's really been given to them by Crown Legacy. who have put themselves in a hole, down a man for the remainder of the match. They've had to make a substitution already to try to even things out after Koulibaly's red card, his second of the season. Muzu has options in front of him. And that is where he thrives. Mendoza, 3 blue jerseys around him, earns the whistle from Nick Karnofsky. Talked to Kevin Sawchak, the Crown Legacy head coach, about Mendoza this week, who has become a regular starter for Crown Legacy. '18-year-old academy products from Venezuela. Now it's Richmond. Slide coming in. Big tackle from Cameron Acito. Homegrown first-team signing coming out of Duke. You could hear the big cheer in the background. He's probably got some of that Duke family here in attendance. Hails from Manhattan, but his college days, where he made 73 appearances up the road in Durham, about a couple hours from Charlotte. Big punch out from McLearned, and the whistle goes. Sounds like a foul on the attacking side there from Crown Legacy. So no dividends on that corner kick opportunity. May not have a ton of those, so if they do want to create a lifeline in this game, they have to be effective from set pieces. Mendoza can't believe that the whistle wasn't blown, and that is a neat Ronaldinho-style back pass from Seymour Reed. Now step over, Som looking for the cross. Very well defended by Gavin Smith, who gets a high five from his teammate and from Reed, in fact, who appreciated that effort from his opponent. Kevin Sawchak so complimentary of Smith's 1v1 defending abilities, and you see it here. It doesn't fall for the snake eyes, the step overs, and denies what was a creative and saucy buildup from New York City FC 2. Only 2 players I've really seen pull off that back pass are Ronaldinho and Neymar. So if you put yourself in that company, I'd say you're doing pretty well if you're Seymour Reed. Now Campos, edge of the area, shot! 3-0! And there's a shove from Richmond during the celebrations. This could get worse for Crown Legacy. No reason to act like that.
New York City goal in the 30th minute.
New York City excited after scoring their third of the half, and the response from the Crown Legacy man, it's just going to be a yellow card for Richmond as we get another look at the goal coming from the short corner. They play it to the top of the box where that extra man advantage pays off. The shot comes through some traffic, and you can tell Kalichny just didn't see it. May have even taken a slight deflection on the way as we pause for a hydration break with New York City now 3-0 in the lead. That is Mac Learned, the New York City goalkeeper, who's getting a little bit of attention from the trainer on the turf. A sweltering day. 85, about 60% humidity here in the southeast. Well, fans, shop local, shop smart at rugs.com. Proud sponsor of Crown Legacy FC. Visit us today and bring home a winning look. Rugs.com, where every home goal starts with the perfect rug. Haven't seen any home goals yet for Crown Legacy. A harrowing first 30 minutes that has seen them concede 3 goals. One from the penalty spot. They've had a man sent off. Truth be told, Nathan Richmond can consider himself lucky to still be on the pitch after that lash out after the 3rd goal. And if you just take a quick look back at their season for Crown Legacy, this is the joint most goals that they have conceded in a match. They gave up 3 to Toronto in a shootout victory. They gave up 3 to Atlanta most recently in a shootout victory. And they gave up 3 in their first loss of the season against Chicago Fire. So 1 more goal against, and that will be the high watermark for their opponents this year. Just 2 losses on the year for Crown Legacy coming into this match. I mean, to say this was unexpected is an understatement. New York City has come in with a strong team, but Crown Legacy just shooting themselves in the foot over and over again here in the first half. They've responded very poorly after going down early. And at this point, both coaches will be keeping a close look on the 22, or I should say 21 players on the pitch at how they respond to this scenario. For New York City, can you keep that intensity up? For Crown Legacy, how do you keep your composure here? How do you keep your head and try to get something out of this match? Leave the pitch with your head held high. If not any points in the standings. And for New York, no reason to leave anything in the tank. No reason to take your foot off the gas. Ooh, that's Learned, who made the pass and then immediately went back to the ground. We saw him grabbing the left leg during the water break. Seemed to feel something when he went to make that pass in the exact same spot. So we'll keep an eye on that. You can see the backup goalkeeper getting ready over on the bench. He may be forced to make a save here. Mendoza taken down from behind. Muzu thought he got the ball, but this will be a free kick for Crown Legacy. Let's see if New York tries to make a goalkeeper change or if Learned stays in to defend this free kick. It'll be interesting to see as well if Crown Legacy has taken notice of the goalkeeper's injury, because if so, they might tempt a look at goal, even though this is pretty far out for a shooting position normally. Or do you play the ball in and try to make him come out to grab it? They have to put some pressure on. Berchimas trying to do so. Learned can watch it over. Looks like he's holding the left groin, or some muscle on that left leg went. Now, the backup goalkeeper for New York City FC2 today is Rami Daoud, a 15-year-old who is yet to make his professional debut. He has made the bench a couple of times. And you can see they are signaling for the substitution. So we take another look at that free kick from Berchimas. Love the technique. Foot over foot, keeping his weight forward and his center of balance low, but unable to keep the ball underneath the crossbar. Well, it's the last thing that NYCFC would want to see, one of their first-team goalkeepers going down on his first game back since the MLS blackout break. Brennan Klein had been the regular starter, but today it's Learned, and Klein did not make the traveling squad. Instead, it's Rami Daoud, the backup goalkeeper. Might be a little bit of a lifeline back into the game for Crown Legacy as well. If you know that an untested man in goal is coming in, you just think, can you force an error? Can you force the issue? Can you make him make a couple of plays, even if that's with his feet, make him uncomfortable? You get one goal, and then the energy can shift, but as things stand, you don't need me to tell you how much of a commanding position this is for New York City. Up 3 and up a man, although they are going to lose their starting goalkeeper.
New York City substitution in the 37th minute, leaving the match number.
So there's your look at Rami Daoud.
Entering the match number
The 15-year-old's a Palestine under-16 international player. He joined the New York City Academy from FC Cincinnati in January. Quickly earning his spot here on the field in MLS Next Pro, as this is officially his professional debut. Reed claiming handball. Feels like every ball played forward is dangerous for New York City. Crown Legacy with so many issues at the back. Richmond bowing out of the tackle, knowing he's on a yellow card, and that the referee will be paying close attention to him given the way that he picked up that yellow card. Frustration after the third New York City goal. Seven minutes to the halftime break, but you can expect quite a big chunk of first half stoppage time. With the injury stoppages, the goals, and the red card, and the penalty. Substitution for each team in the first half. Berchimas, a talented prospect from Crown Legacy. The top scorer just bodied off by two defenders who can afford the luxury of the double team. He sees a lot of those anyway, but a little easier to give it if you're New York City, up a player. Daoud starts the attack. Muzu. Daoud goes with the left. Seymour Reed coming back from an offside position. But that's a smart play from the goalkeeper. He was in an awkward spot. He just opted to go long. Sometimes it's drilled out of the players that that is an option. Not taking any risks here on his pro debut. Richmond looking for the cutback. High regain from Pena. Smith joining the attack. The 16-year-olds with a loose pass backwards towards Longo. Muzu picking it up. Challenge from Thomas. Two experienced physical players in that duel. 21-year-old Thomas, first-round draft pick in 2025, battling off the 25-year-old Muzu. Pena switching the play through Micah Thomas. Gets it right back. Now Longo. Crown Legacy making an attempt to get the outside backs involved as extra numbers going forward, trying to make up for that man down difference. This is great from Berchimas, able to hold it up long enough to get a few more numbers forward. Now gets it back on the right wing. Berchimas trying to propel the home team. Giving away high up the pitch. Numbers for New York City as Muzu comes inside. A measured finish, flashing wide of the far post. Flax did well to draw away the recovering defender. It was a simple one-on-one there for Muzu, who would have backed himself. Last time out against Connecticut United, 2 goals, 1 assist for Muzu. Also hit the post, creating all that danger with just 35 touches. He is as potent as they come in attack. Chance now for Crown Legacy. Berchimas slid away by Suhetsky. The pass a little too strong from Mendoza, and he knew it right away. Kevin Sawchuk said that is the next level for him, sharpening up his quality in the final third, whether it be passes or shots, because Mendoza's work rate can never be questioned. He puts himself in so many good positions. He's an extreme competitor. The exact type of player you want on your side when you're down in a position like this, down a man, down a couple goals, to try to fight back into the match, but that quality on the pass has to be better for Berchimas. Chances will be limited. New York City, the ones in the first half who showed how to punish. All things considered, they haven't had too many opportunities given how long they've been up a player here for nearly 30 minutes at this point. We're going to enter 6 minutes of first half stoppage time, a period that has seen New York generate 7 shots, 4 of those on target, and 3 of them turning into goals. That, of course, includes the penalty kick goal from Cooper Flax. This seems to be the strategy from Crown Legacy, getting those outside backs forward like Thomas. He's got to come back and make a tackle here. And he wins the ball cleanly. That is great work from the Legacy left back. Ifasha Berchimas with a one-on-one opportunity. Campos slides in. An effortless back heel from Muzu to get away from the pressure. There's that refrain again from the Crown Legacy sideline. Patience needed. Especially when they do get the ball. So tiring playing down a player for this length of time. And when you do get the ball, there has to be some intention to keep it and rest in possession a little bit when it's possible. It's a hard balance to strike with also trying to create a quick opportunity and getting a goal that could get you back into the game. But preservation also necessary if you're going to go 90 minutes and try to make this a contest. Throwing away the ball cheaply can be so deflating in these circumstances, as New York City, too, strokes it around with confidence. Acito breaking the lines. Reed's run through the middle, opens up space on the left for El Hadji Sam. Overlap from the fullback. Now it's Sam cutting inside. Shot deflected and out to Molinari. No dice. Worth a crack, but not completely in control from the 17-year-old midfielder. Mendoza bodies off the first challenge, invites the second one, and the point he's making here to Nick Karnofsky is that he's been the man fouled on several occasions in this first half. Hasn't always been the same New York player committing the infraction, but you can give out yellow cards if they continuously target the same player. Looks like enough to win a corner. And what may be one of the last opportunities in the first period for Crown Legacy to try to put one on the board here at home. Berchimas taking his time, allowing some numbers to come forward from the back. Holt and Thomas up there in the box. Pena making himself a nuisance on the backup goalkeeper. Swung in right on net, punched away by Daoud. Swung back in, great ball, headed off the top netting. That was some cross from Gavin Smith. It found the head of Micah Thomas. That is the chance that Crown Legacy needed, but Thomas could not get over it. Daoud appeared to be beaten in goal. Another giveaway from Holt. Comes right back down the throat of Crown Legacy. Reed dragged a little wide. He's got two numbers arriving. Flax is there. Cooper Flax trying to set it across. Gets some contact. It was a well-timed challenge from Crown Legacy. Out for a corner. That was Thomas tracking back, but Flax has stayed down. Great vision from Seymour Reed. Trying to bring him in. Maybe his best opportunity was to hit that first time. Tried to slide it at the edge of the 6-yard box to the on-rushing Sebastiano Muzu. Does look like Flax has done himself some damage. Flax scored the second goal of New York City's dominant first half back in the 15th minute. It was a 7th-minute goal from Reed that started things off. And Campos from the edge of the area with the third. This would be a big blow for New York. Flax has played in all 15 matches, starting 12 of them coming into today. Leads the team with 7 goals, including his first half tally. dead ball specialist, scoring 5 of those 7 from free kicks of some nature. 4 penalties and 1 direct free kick. He's off to the side for now as they wait and consider a sub until halftime, having already made 1 change in the first half to replace their goalkeeper due to injury. Final moments of the first half. Campos. Muzu. Smith, so good in the one-on-one. Drop back for Pierre. Muzu again, matched up with Smith, who steps a foot in. Crown Legacy may have a few more seconds to break here. Berchimas, decent dribble. Booted back out of play. So we are into the 53rd minute, having been guaranteed 51. I think both teams would be happy with the halftime whistle at this stage. Crown Legacy for a rest, and New York City to rest on their earned laurels. Berchimas still has energy. And the halftime whistle goes. Our score at the half is New York 3, Crown Legacy 0. Coming up in our halftime show, highlights and a weekend schedule. But after the break, a Pride Month story on the importance of soccer and community when we come back.
Should be a fun season of MLS Next Pro. Oh my! Pedrinho wins it!
Welcome back, everybody. Halftime here in Charlotte. June was Pride Month, and we will take you to Cincinnati and superfan Mark Brockman to show how he and his soccer community found each other in this feature.
I'm Mark Brockman. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm an FC Cincinnati 2 supporter. I spend a lot of time paying attention to FC Cincinnati. The 2 team is ultimately just another outlet to get away and think about soccer for 90 minutes instead of whatever else is going on. I really enjoy the opportunity to come to the games, and the 2 team is so interesting because you can see young players and know, well, Andre Trilla debuted for this team last year at 16. Well, now he's starting for the first team, and he's one of the best ball progressors in the league. And you could have seen that last year at Scudamore. And I think that's a really cool experience. And I think there's something to be said for FCC fans who have never been to a 2 game. They don't know the highs and lows of MLS Next Pro. And there's nothing really like it to be around families and people, and you can hear everything on the field. And sometimes somebody's just gonna rip a long shot and it's gonna go in and the crowd's gonna go wild and you'll never see a replay. And you were there. You know, struggling with mental health and depression, it's really like a numbness and an apathy that gets to you. And for me, at least, it's what kind of ate away. I just didn't feel anything about anything. And FCC really provided me an outlet to feel again. And it was highs and lows and excitement and anger. And one of the first games I went to, we had a player allegedly bite somebody, and GB did not bite anybody. But, you know, it's controversy and it's emotion and it's getting back to feeling things, not just being numb to the world. I think Pride Month is about community, and it's really important for me growing up. I didn't necessarily always see representation out in front of me. So growing up, I didn't know. I knew I was different, but I didn't know if it was okay. And I think Pride Month gives you a really good opportunity to get out there and be loud and proud. And it gives the younger generation an opportunity to see people living their lives as gay people or queer people. I think if there was something I was gonna tell a kid or myself when I was in the closet younger, it's probably the most important thing in your life is gonna be loving yourself. And if you love you, you're gonna find people who will love you too. I mean, people told me it gets better and be yourself as a kid, and it always kind of sounds dumb and banal and cliche, but there really is something to be your authentic self, and you're gonna do what you're passionate about and engage in your hobbies and things you're passionate about, and you will find a community that you enjoy and that loves you for who you are. Ultimately, being yourself is going to be more rewarding than being anybody else wants you to be. And just don't be afraid, because ultimately none of it matters.
My name is Nathaniel James. You can call me Natty James. I'm a striker / winger from Trinidad and Tobago. I grew up in a place called La Hokata Rima. I grew up in the east side of the island. I started in a club nearby named FC Santa Rosa, and that's where I started playing football. My father, he saw that I had like my shoes were always dirty after school and stuff, and when I came home one day, I was like, I want to start to play football, and he was like, you want to start to play football? So my father was actually the one who started like carrying me out on the field, started passing, kicking, running, teaching me running techniques, everything. Then he got me into football because he used to play as well. After that, I just started playing, and I've been playing ever since. I was in Jablote, and I was playing youth football there. So at that time, I got selected for the under-15 national team. At the time, I was just so happy just to play and just to be around this environment, and I was just so excited for my future and what I could do, and it's been going good so far. I remember actually getting called to train when I was 15 as well. So I was training with the national team since I was like 15, and then I made my professional debut when I was 18, and then I made my competitive debut when I was 19. It was against Jamaica in Jamaica. I came on, played like 15 minutes. I was so nervous. It was good though, it was good. I came on, had some nice touches, played really well, played as a striker, and yeah, I enjoyed it. And my first competitive debut, I actually scored in it. So I came on for like 5 minutes, the last 5 minutes of the game, and scored the winning goal, and it was in a CONCACAF Nations League game. It was one of the best feelings I've had in my life. When I was younger, I used to take a lot from different players. I think Messi and then Neymar were the two players that I would always look up to, like just watching football, because I was supported Barcelona when I was younger. And when I was like 15, I started playing as like a cam, like a number 10. So I started watching like Dybala, and I wanted to be just like Dybala. I wanted to play like him, same left foot, same. I just wanted to move and play like him. So I think Dybala, I already did my research, see what it was all about, Texas or whatever. And then I had a meeting with Coach Gall. John, he gave me a call. It was like everything I ever wanted. He just told me about everything. He was like talking about the new stadium, Mansfield, showing me how good it's gonna be, the environment, and I just fell in love immediately. And I knew that I wanted to be here. I wanted to like put my best foot forward for this opportunity, and I've been trying my best. I've been giving my best every day, so I just want to continue that. From the first day I came here, I was like, I just want to play well, play good. I want to score, I want to assist, I want to help the team in any way possible, you know. So as of right now, my goal is just to help the team make playoffs and see how good we can do this season, see how far we can go, and I think we have a really good shot.
So my name is Edouard Nice. I'm from Belgium. I'm 21 years old, playing offensive midfielder for North Texas SC. Started playing for my hometown, Royal Sport. There's not a lot of people in my hometown. It's not really like a sport town or anything like that. It's just like a village, like a small village club. I played there for like 5 years. Yeah, that's where I started playing soccer. Coming from semi-pro back home, never won any trophy, never did anything, and then going to Northeast and just, you know, talking with the coach before joining them. He was talking about trophy, winning a national championship, and that's what I wanted. That's why I joined them, and the first year we lost in the semi-final, and we came up close, losing 0 games, losing 1 game, and it was the game in the semi-final. And then the year we came back, we won it all. So first big trophy for the college as well, first national championship, and it meant a lot to me. Yeah.
FC Dallas selects number 306 Edouard Nice from the University of Illinois.
No, it was crazy. I mean, I was sitting with my whole family on the couch in my house, and even my best friend from back home, and I just wanted to hear my name, you know. Thought that was the moment for me, and it happened. So I was really happy. And one of my goals coming to America as well was getting drafted, as well as going Division 1. And just that happening was like surreal. I couldn't believe it in a sense, because, you know, going from hometown club, village, playing 6 years there, then playing semi-professional, you don't expect yourself 3 years later to get called in the MLS Super Draft and signing professional for FC Dallas. For this season, I would say, yeah, I want to be obviously the MVP of the league. That would be a good goal of mine. You know, I mean, everything possible, you know, like winning the Golden Boot, everything. Like, but at the end of the day, I just want to win a trophy with North Texas. I know they won one in 2024, and I want to win one again. You know, I want to give my teammates the best like effort from me on the field, and just like they can look up to me and be like, yeah, this guy is like trying his hardest, and we want to work for him at the same time, and just help the team winning trophies.
North Texas had its ribbon-cutting ceremony and first official practice at the new Texas Health Mansfield Stadium. With a capacity of over 7,000, Mansfield Stadium sits on a 250-acre stable entertainment district and was the FIFA World Cup base of operations for Czechia last month. The stadium opened for soccer last weekend on July 4th with a big match against the St. Louis City 2. And a win for North Texas as they opened up that facility. So we are back now at halftime after your tour down to Texas. Just a reminder, New York City up 3-0 at the half against Crown Legacy FC. Now let's take a quick look at the Sunday schedule here in MLS Next Pro. If you're looking for something to tap in with tomorrow, Chattanooga and Carolina Core, that independent derby should be a fun one tomorrow. And Chicago and New York, always a tasty contest in the Eastern Conference as well. But let's get you to our first half highlights and see how we got to this 3-0 scoreline. A lopsided first half in favor of New York City. Well, Crown Legacy created their own problems. The giveaway from Wyatt Holt, and it was the first-team striker, Seymour Reed, with an excellent finish. That was basically his first touch of the game in the 7th minute. And then things got worse. It looks familiar because it was much like that first play. A mistake from the back by Koulibaly, dragging back the defender, got a red card, conceded the penalty, and it was tucked home by Cooper Flax. Then in the 30th minute, Adonis Campos striking from the edge of the penalty area on the short corner routine. Tensions boiling over as Richmond sends a man to the turf for Crown Legacy, and that really summed up the first half. Goals for New York, frustration for Crown Legacy as they went into the halftime break with a 3-0 deficit. And we are just about set for the second half. Well, stay with us. One short break and the second 45 coming your way from Sportsplex at Matthews.
They say the world's game is played everywhere. This is how we play it here. Every weekend across North America. From Vancouver's mountain rain to the shores of Florida. From the city of angels to the heartland. The world's brightest stars light up our fields.
Let's go.
And our fans bring the world to life. In every language, in every city. One game, one roar. Sold out nights under lights. New soccer citadels rising from coast to coast. Every chant, every goal, another brick in a growing relief. Now, the world's biggest stage comes to our home. And when they arrive, they'll find the game's heartbeat has been here all along.
Here we go for second half kickoff. Sportsplex at Matthews as Crown Legacy gets us underway in the second half. Parker Johnson here with you on MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. New York City holding a 3-0 advantage after the first half of action that saw Crown Legacy go down to 10 men with that red card from Bai Koulibaly in the 15th minute. Couple changes to let you know about at halftime. We saw that goalkeeper switch in the first half for New York City. Well, Crown Legacy have chosen to do the same at the halftime break. After giving up 3 in the first half, Kalichanin is out as Micah Thomas defends this run from New York. And in goal for Charlotte, it'll be Jaheim Wickham, the third-round draft pick in 2026. Out of USF, making his second appearance with Crown Legacy. 2 subs on the other side for Matt Pilkington and New York City FC 2. We saw Luka Sunjic enter the match. He replaces Kieran Smith at left back. That was an expected change as Smith is coming back from injury. Likewise, so is Sunjic. So those two splitting the 90 minutes here. And they also brought in Camilo Ponce, who replaced the opening goal scorer Seymour Reed, who exits with yet another goal against Crown Legacy, his third in his last 2 matchups here with the Charlotte team. Reed very much brought in to do a job here. That was put the ball in the back of the net, get a little bit of sharpness back before MLS returns, and the first teamer certainly delivered the goods. All he needed was one good look at goal. Almost had an assist late on in the first half as well, trying to bring it in to Cooper Flax, who got injured on the play, but he has stayed out there for the second half, and here he is on the ball. Definitely a sensible decision by both coaches, utilizing the free sub window at halftime to make some changes. The game was calling for it after the pretty uneven first half, and both game plans, I would say, very much out the window at this point. So trying to put the best personnel out there. That goalkeeper change is interesting for Crown Legacy. Right now it's Berchimas shifting past his man. The recovery defending excellent from New York City. Backing up Acito. That was the newly entered Sunjic collapsing to send the ball out for a corner. Berchimas has been quite lively. Had a great first half in terms of what he's done with the ball, but every time he's touched it, there's been 2, 3, even 4 dark blue jerseys all over him. As we said in the first half, that's not unusual for the standout teenager. Richmond's ball back, bounces off of New York 2 and out for another corner. But the trend since New York City has gone up a man is that extra player has been often shifted in Berchimas' direction. These are the types of opportunities they need, though. Set piece play. Swung into the box. Header from Neely. Flicked back off Sunjic, who springs forward into action. Ball played out to the right. Numbers for New York City. Flax spots the crossfield pass. Muzu is there. He's dragged a little wide by the powerful crossfield ball. Now he serves up his cross. Dangerous one for Wickham, but he recovers to his near post well. So the first touches of the match in goal for Jaheim Wickham, 23-year-old out of Brampton, Ontario. Canadian who played his college soccer at University of South Florida. It was an awkward situation for him earlier in the year. He had started the first game for Crown Legacy, and then he was hurt in the warm-up back on March 1st against Chattanooga FC. Quinn Syrett was sent into action as the emergency goalkeeper, and this is the first appearance since then for Wickham. Trying to stabilize things at the back after Kalichini's rough first half. There was a point late in the first half where Crown Legacy was growing quite frustrated with some of the fouls that were let go, and that trend continues here as they were dumped to the turf. That was Mendoza. He was the one who was most aggrieved on several occasions, having been fouled at least 3 times by my count in the first half, and nobody ever received a yellow card for it. The strategy, it seems, for Crown Legacy right now is something of a 4-3-2 with the 4 defenders who started the match, and then Pena, Longo, and Mendoza in midfield. That means a lot of ground to cover for those 3 midfielders. Typically, you see teams down a man go for more of a 4-4-1. Shot towards the near post. Trying to sneak it in the top corner. It took a touch, though, on the way through. As Flax goes down again. This is very similar to the play where he got hurt in the first half. A clean tackle from Crown Legacy, but he just went down awkwardly. It was the left leg that he was holding in the first half. This is his right, so I guess that's slightly better news in that it's not the same thing, but I guess worse news if you want to look at it that way, that now both of his lower extremities with a bit of a knock, but he soldiers on here. Picks it up from the corner, swung in. A teasing ball towards the edge of the 6. Smith cleared out. Neely. But the deflection helps take some of the distance off as Ponce picks it up. Flax. Playing with Muzu. Inflating the pass totals, which were skewed heavily in New York City's advantage, as you would imagine in the first half. Completing 275 passes to just 145 for Crown Legacy, adding up to about a 62% edge in first half possession. New York City, too, happy to knock it around the back comfortably. There's the turn of pace and sent out by Crown Legacy. Whatever goal you're saving for, we are all better off with an Ally. Ally, the official bank of Charlotte FC. Ally Bank, member FDIC. Ponce steering inside. Thomas has been excellent in his challenges. He's made a couple of risky ones, but done so with confidence. And won them all cleanly. Campos switching sides from right to left here for the second half as Sunjic came on at right back. There's Sunjic on the overlap. Shoved to the ground, but close enough to play the ball, and therefore a fair challenge from Crown Legacy. Sunjic, 18 years old. Signed his pro contract last November after making 16 appearances for New York City 2 in MLS Next Pro in 2025. Made his pro debut last season against Crown Legacy, coming on as a substitute. And he gets back on for the second half of this one. His opposite number, Campos, who scored in the first half and now finds himself at left back. He also just signed his pro contract coming out of the New York City Academy. That was made official on Thursday in the build-up to this match. So certainly congratulations in order for the 18-year-old New Jersey native and El Salvador Youth International Campos, who celebrated with a goal today. Longo stabbing in. Given away. Advantage initially played by the referee, but that will be a foul against Longo, the former UNC Greensboro man. One of two Canadians on the pitch now, alongside his fellow Ontario native in Wickham in the Crown Legacy net. El Hadji Sam Ponce. Campos tries to dribble through 2 Crown Legacy defenders. Unsuccessful in doing so. Flax wins his 50-50. Muzu edged out by Neely. Crown Legacy have stabilized a bit in the second half. Felt like the world was falling for about half an hour as bad decisions compounded in the first half, be it the red card, the penalty, some indignant fouls along the way. The question will be if they can find a goal. Crown Legacy has only been shut out once this season. That was in a 2-0 loss to Carolina Core, in which they also suffered a red card, which was also Koulibaly's doing. But at home, they have been peerless. 20 goals in 8 matches, allowing just 5 coming into this match. New York City completely flipping that trend on its head. Crown Legacy continuing to play out despite the man down. These are the places that got them in trouble in the first half. Flax's shot, no backlift, and he generates so much power. Such a pure striker of the ball. He's sure that it got a touch, but the referee not awarding the corner kick. As we take another look, Wyatt Holt was the nearest defender.
Leaving the match, number 58,
And this is a very unfortunate situation for Crown Legacy.
Also leaving the match, number 7,
Jaheim Wickham is asking for attention here. He was the substitute at halftime. And now they're asking the trainers to come on. We told you about the circumstance earlier this year where he was hurt unexpectedly in the warm-ups. There has been a little bit of a history of injury there, and the issue for Crown Legacy is that they are prepared to make 2 subs at this stoppage, which would only leave them with 1 sub opportunity, and they've already taken out their starting goalkeeper. There is no other goalkeeper on the bench, so if he has to come out and cannot continue, we may see a field player in net for Crown Legacy on top of their 3-goal deficit. So we will wait and see how that turns out. But for now, we want to remind you that at Atrium Health, we don't just treat part of you, we treat all of you so you can enjoy those winning moments that matter. Atrium Health is the official healthcare partner of Charlotte FC. After receiving some attention, it seems like Wickham has been cleared to continue. And our substitutions have taken place for Crown Legacy. You can see at the very bottom of your screen there, Ethan Curtis into the game, the 18-year-old winger out of the academy. He replaced Nathan Richmond. And coming on alongside him, Carlos Gonzalez, another academy prospect who makes his professional debut for Crown Legacy FC, wearing number 68 in the center of the park. Chance right away for Crown Legacy. Bearing down on the end line, Mendoza furiously kicks the boards, but does earn his team a corner. He has hustled, he has bustled, still creating opportunities. Even down a man, as you see the 4 defenders come forward, or at least 3 of them plus Pena. To round off that sub, Gonzalez came on for Daniel Longo in midfield. As Berchimas takes the corner, putting it in on Daoud's goal. Mendoza standing up Sunjic. Left-footed ball. Did it strike a hand? It may have, but it was tucked into his body. New York City get away with it in the back. Gonzalez plays it to the 16-year-old Gavin Smith. Pena on the ball. Given away. Extra numbers were forward there for Crown Legacy, but New York had everybody back, so they will build out this play slowly. Ponce dwelling on it. Molinari pulling the strings. Pilfered away by Berchimas. Crown Legacy trying to go while they have numbers. Another sturdy defensive play from Sunjic. He's been excellent since he came on. Every tackle put in perfectly. Smith. Fasha Berchimas overran it. Frustration showing for a team that has only lost 2 games all season in Crown Legacy. But they are staring at 4 games now without a win. Their last victory coming on June 5th against Philadelphia Union 2. Nearly a bad pass by Suhetsky. Forces his goalkeeper into some trouble, but it's dealt with well by Daoud. Sam has some space in behind, and wow, Gavin Smith again shutting down any airspace for the New York winger, who is not short on pace by any means, but Smith on a couple occasions. That is the second time that a New York City 2 player has given him a high five after a defensive play. It was Seymour Reed in the first half. El Hadji Sam that time. Game recognizes game. Gavin Smith, this is just his 3rd professional appearance. Started the last 2 matches. Remember that Will Cleary is still out for Crown Legacy. He is their normal right back. Left back Ashton Camden also sidelined at the moment with injury. So a lot of players missing right now for Crown Legacy as they go through this rough patch. But it has provided some opportunities for players like Smith to step in and impress. Smith rated as the 7th best prospect in the Charlotte FC system, according to U.S. Soccer Collective. Pena was trying to see that ball out of play, eventually took the contact, and Kevin Pierre was a little fed up. Crown Legacy forcing a second half stalemate so far. Just 2 shots in the second period for New York, who have looked pretty comfortable with their 3-goal lead. They did take off Seymour Reed at halftime, which blunted the attack a little bit. As things stand, it would be the first 3-goal defeat since last August for Crown Legacy. And they've not given up 4 goals in a match since last September. Pilkington urging his team to step the lineup higher, not get complacent. You can hear him on that far sideline reminding his team, we have numbers, we have the extra player. We have since the 15th minute when Bai Koulibaly was sent off for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Crossed in by Micah Thomas. And a handball whistled against El Hadji Sam. Crown Legacy haven't done anything with their set pieces yet. They've had 6 corners in this match, a couple of attacking free kicks as well. It's the backup goalkeeper, 15-year-old Rami Daoud, in net for NYC after the injury substitution to Mac Learned in the first half. Mendoza over the ball. Back post. Thomas was there. He's gotten his head on a couple of deliveries at the back post. Good pressure from Crown Legacy, but it will be a goal kick. Shop local, shop smart. Rugs.com, proud sponsor of Crown Legacy FC. Visit us today and bring home a winning look. Rugs.com, where every home goal starts with the perfect rug. Muzu. Kevin Pierre. Campos. Nibble at the heels from Eric Pena. He's a scrappy player, Eric Pena. today making his 51st appearance for Crown Legacy. He's had 17 yellow cards in that time. An average of 1 every 3 matches, despite starting in just 18 of those appearances. They try something cute on the set piece. Muzu, the man they were aiming for, and Wickham resists the urge to go long immediately. Rolls it out to himself instead, waiting for somebody from New York to press him. And eventually, Muzu obliging. Sunjic, good pressure, stepping out of defense to intercept. Could have been an awkward bounce there for Acito. I think he's got the best fan section in the house. The Duke products. So many ties to the college game in North Carolina. Doesn't stop at Acito. And a couple of former Wake Forest players as well. Cooper Flax and Camilo Ponce, both on the pitch for New York City. One of the older teams in MLS Next Pro. Quite a few college grads in their ranks. It is Ponce there, the former Demon Deacon who goes down. Those not as familiar with the area, Wake Forest about an hour up the road. Duke and Durham is another hour from there if you're heading from Charlotte.
Minute. Leaving the match, number 39, Jack Neely. Entering the match, number 84.
Final sub for Crown Legacy. They will make a change at the back. Jack Neely, who came back after being suspended for the last match for a red card, makes way, and on comes Emil Hodzic, the 16-year-old center back. It is just his second appearance of his career, coming after his pro debut last week, a start and a full 90 minutes against Orlando. Now we see James Bilden entering to large cheers from the traveling New York City fans. And that will be the final switch on their side. Or no, they will have one more left. That was the 4th sub for New York City. But all 5 used now for Crown Legacy. Micah Thomas all over Bilden, the 17-year-olds, who has previously appeared with the United States under-16 national team. 4th appearance of the season for him after making his pro debut last season as a 16-year-olds, scoring against New England Revolution. Slid across on the grounds and stabbed away. Wyatt Holt with the clearance. First goal given up in this match will be a learning moment for Wyatt Holtz. Just 17 years old, and talking to Kevin Sawchak, he said it was a cool experience for him last week when he started alongside Emil Hodzic, the player who just came on at center back for Crown Legacy to see out the rest of this match. Hodzic is 16, as is Gavin Smith at right back. And so that made Wyatt Holt, in effect, the senior member of the back line, despite the fact that that was only his 7th professional appearance. Said it was a good experience for him, though, as somebody who is often following in the footsteps of an older center back, somebody like Andrew Johnson, who's currently injured, or Jack Neely, who he started with today. Instead, he guided Hodzic, who plays it back here to Wickham. And Kevin Sawchak said that Hodzic had the calmest academy debut that he's ever seen throughout his time as a Next Pro coach. Been with Crown Legacy since 2023. He's seen a lot of players come through the ranks, but Hodzic had an unnatural coolness about him, a composure with the ball at his feet. He said it'll take him a little time to get up to speed with the physicality, the pace of the level in MLS Next Pro. But only one goal conceded for Charlotte in that last match, Crown Legacy rather. And he was very impressed with his team's defensive display despite the young group in the back, which now if you look at the back four is the same as it was last time against Orlando. And talking to a lot of coaches around MLS Next Pro, this summer has been a huge opportunity with the shot coming in here from distance. It's Mendoza again, still tiring himself in search of a goal. So many of these MLS Next Pro teams have taken great advantage of the break in MLS play for the World Cup. Anybody on a first-team contract, part of the MLS blackout, giving players a rest this summer. Most first teams are now back in training with some games returning next midweek as MLS gets back into play. But there was a good few weeks off there, and so that just elevated everybody in the pipeline. So you had a lot of second-team players training with first teams, and therefore academy players getting their opportunity with these second teams in MLS Next Pro. The likes of Smith and Hodzic for Crown Legacy making their debuts. On the other side for New York City, there's been a number of players taking advantage as well, as they have gone a little bit younger this season. Trying to add one more here. They've been up a man since the 15th minute, which coincided with their second goal from the penalty spot. But since then, they've only scored once, up a man. Sunjic taking down Berchimas. Helped back to his feet by Ponce. It was a match that appeared to be going off the rails in the first half, but since then, several good acts of sportsmanship. You talked about those high fives for Gavin Smith from the New York City players, and guys helping each other up here in the second half is good to see as the tempers have cooled. The weather has a bit as night has fallen. Chance for Curtis, who plays it back to Berchimas after taking the free kick. Trying to send in a deep cross. Gavin Smith in an awkward spot. Carlos Gonzalez. He's had quite a tough assignment here in his professional debut. Gonzalez, who knocks it off to Mendoza. Crown Legacy push on, down a man. Gavin Smith on the wing. Combining with Ethan Curtis. Gonzalez. Got the flick from Pena. Mendoza hustling. Whose ball is it? Goes to Crown Legacy, but it is a throw, so they take quickly, not allowing New York to get set up. Mendoza. Bringing up the 8th corner kick of the match for Crown Legacy. Mendoza's right arm goes up, but the whistle goes before he is able to send in the outswinging corner. Eric Pena sampling Rami Daoud's water, the New York City goalkeeper, after the ref didn't like how close he was standing to his opponent. That is a pretty epic troll job. Wonder if he read the penalty notes on the water bottle as well. See what the other teams are saying about him. Will be another corner for Crown Legacy. It's been quite the debut for Daoud as well. A relatively comfortable position to come on up 3-0. And there is a nice save on the header at the far post. Daoud, I think that might be the first save he's had to make. Certainly the first one that has forced him into a dive. Good hands to keep hold of it. Was just going to say that it's been pretty smooth sledding from him, aside from a punch or two on some crosses. But looking to hold the shutout for his team. Mendoza chopped down. I'll go back to that point from the first half that we made. You can give yellow cards for the same player continuously being fouled, even if it's not the same member of the opposing team. It's at least the 5th foul that Mendoza's drawn in this match. Dogged competitor. Berchimas took a touch at the near post. That was off a New York City head. Pressure continuing from Crown Legacy. Kevin Sawchak will be pleased with the second half response. Can they find a goal to go with it? Gonzalez's corner. That was Hodzic rising for the header. Pena lurking. Clearance from New York. Out to Gavin Smith. Gonzalez, good positioning from Daoud. He was able to start off his line and beat the Crown Legacy man to that cross. Crown Legacy keep the pressure up, though. Daoud hurried, sends it long. Holtz wins it back. Mendoza. Hodzic. Played over to the left side. Crossed in, looking for Mendoza. Rolled back to Berchimas. Immediately surrounded by 3. Now it's just 2, and the second man wins out. But a quick regain again for Legacy. Contact, edge of the area. No foul given. Wickham off his line early to control the situation. It has been near constant pressure for about 5 minutes here from Crown Legacy. Have to credit their fight staying in this one after the early red card for Bai Koulibaly, giving up 3 goals in the first 30 minutes. I would almost go out on a limb to say that they have been the better team in the second half, although I think if you asked anybody in New York City colors, they would be rather unimpressed with that statement. It is easy to appear the better team when your opponent has the luxury of a 3-goal lead and no real incentive to push any numbers forward. And to New York's credit, they haven't given up any massive opportunities. .90 seconds plus stoppage time left to go here in Mecklenburg County.
New York City substitution in the 89th minute. Leaving the match, number 81, Sebastiano Musu. And entering the match, number 84, Nicolo.
One last sub
Gutierrez.
for New York City FC2 as they round off a day of debuts with yet another, the 15-year-old Nicolo Vafiades, a United States under-15 international, most recently called up in October, making his professional debut out of the New York City FC Academy. He made matchday squads in each of their last 2 fixtures. Didn't get his chance to see the field, but he'll get a run out over the final couple minutes. He is listed as a midfield player.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of
The
2 minutes,
2 minutes
stoppage
of
time
second
added
half
to the
stoppage
end of the
time.
half.
Enough basically to account for the bevy of subs that we've seen. And not much more that needs to be played out here in Charlotte, but we appreciate everybody who's stayed along with us for this one. Maybe killing a little time until that Argentina-Switzerland match kicks off. Seeing how these academy prospects are doing for these respective MLS clubs as they get set to return from the World Cup break. Certainly that is offside. And Mendoza with a belated strike after the whistle had gone. They were doomed from the start, Crown Legacy. Gave away a needless goal in the 7th minute on a loose back pass. Seymour Reed, the first-team striker for New York City, coming back into the second team and taking advantage with his first touches of the match. Just a couple minutes later, it was almost an identical sequence that led to another giveaway at the top of the box by Koulibaly, dragged his man back, was given a red card and conceded a penalty as Ponce receives the yellow card for his tackle on Micah Thomas.
A yellow card has been issued to New York City in the 90th minute. Number 83, Camilo Ponce.
And from there, the script of this one was written. Both starting goalkeepers subbed off. A number of debuts across both teams. Carlos Gonzalez making his for Crown Legacy. Gafiades and Rami Daoud in net for New York City. And that goes down as the story of our match here in North Carolina. New York 3, Charlotte 0. And our man of the match is the third goal scorer for New York City FC2. That was Adonis Campos, who signed his professional contract on Thursday, coming out of the New York City Academy. And the newest member of New York City FC2 scores in his first game on the team. It was a shot coming from the edge of the area after the short corner. That was the third goal of the match that essentially put this thing out of reach at the half-hour mark. And from there, it was just too much for Crown Legacy to overcome. Their third loss of the season, their largest defeat since last August, as they go 4 games without a win, and New York pick up their 6th win in their last 8 matches, hanging on to a spot in the top 8. For our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew, my name is Parker Johnson. Once again, our final score is New York City 3, Crown Legacy 0. Don't forget, you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLSNextPro.com and OneFootball. Have a great rest of the night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.